Alright, today I'm doing just the kind of an unboxing and initial thoughts on the Method Archery VBS Broadhead. It's Method Archery, formerly named Vector Arrows, Vector Custom Shop Arrows. This VBS, Variable Blade System, this is their 125 grain solid broadhead. This has a width of, I believe it's 1.25 inches, and for the bleeders that I choose, this width here is 7/8. They also have an option for 1 1/8, so a little bit wider bleeder, and they have an option for vented blade as well, if you choose to go that route. And I believe in the works they have a 1.5 inch wide, 1.5 inch wide blade as well. As of this recording, early 2023, they have not released those yet, but that is in the works. So, variable blade system. They have a bleeder here that easily just clips out. Looks like there's a retainer feature here that keeps this bleeder blade straight when you are when it is installed in the arrow. Looks like a little Torx head screw there that I'm sure that's what you would take out to remove the blade from the ferrule. Depending on your weight, I'm thinking the main change, whether you're 100 grain, 125 or 150 grains, I believe it's the ferrule that is actually what changes weight. The blades themselves are probably the same weight throughout. One thing I noticed right away, so there's no point on the edge of your main blade. I'm sure that's mainly just for structural integrity compared to what I've been using in the past. These are the kudu point broadheads. Those come to a very sharp point at the end. Out here, easy point, weak point for chipping. So they come in this little nice handy dandy carrying case. Serves a purpose for keeping these out of the little hands while you're not screwed onto an arrow. Let's check the weight on these things. So like I said, these are 125 grains total. This first one, 123.4. Second one, 124. And the third one, 124.6. What did I say that first one was? 124. So almost a grain difference between those three. Nothing that concerns me whatsoever. I did notice that these things come polished, razor blade sharp. I've seen some videos on their website where they're sharpening these in their shop, so I'm sure they get them in from their supplier, do some quality control, and then sharpen them in the actual shop, and they are easily able to shave my crusty hairy arm with these things. So that is super exciting, so no issues there. One neat thing that I noticed what they do, so this 3-pack I think is right around $60, so pretty much right in line with let's call it that mid to premium cost broadhead. For another $40 you can buy a set of replacement blades, and that $40 includes blade, bleeder, and screw. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to use these for out west when I'm out hopefully chasing elk, with kind of a smaller blade. But when I get back to Wisconsin here, I'm going to change these main blades out for their 1.5 inch once those comes out. So for about $100, keeping the same ferrule, I can have essentially 2 different systems, both this 1.25 inch and 1.5 inch. 1.25 inch for out west, 1.5 inch for back here in Wisconsin for whitetail or bear, or even kind of curious about turkeys with that. But overall, pretty happy with these things. The only thing I'm noticing is there's not really a retaining feature at the front of that blade. Granted, it is fully buried in there and kept square with and should be kept square once you screw that onto an arrow. Make sure that those little things engage as they do there. This is also the Method ZMR arrow with their OPC. See if this shows up on video. And they spin nearly perfect. So that I'm super happy. I got these late last year, kind of towards the end of deer season, where I wasn't able to shoot them at all. But I plan on taking these outside once the weather gets nicer, do a side-by-side comparison with blade. These are the kudu points that I've been using for probably 4 seasons now. See how they shoot compared to them, and obviously compare it to a field point as well. But initial thoughts and looks at these, I'm super happy with them. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.